ambulances were called in that stunt that went wrong. That was Jeff Wettick, the man that was swung from that crane into the side of a crane. And he's now suing his former friend who was apparently part of this entire thing. YouTuber David Dobrik, he sued him for $10 million over this whole thing that went wrong. Let's get some details of how this went wrong and the drama that unfolded afterwards, because this is not just a basic story, it comes to that. There's a lot of backstabbing here. So in this lawsuit obtained by the TMZ, former Vlog Squad member Jeff Wettick says he traveled to Utah Lake in Provo, Utah, the summer of 2020 with David and a group of friends to shoot a video as part of Dobrik's social media comeback. While he doesn't list the specifics of his injuries in the lawsuit, Wettick has previously discussed what happened that day, saying he almost died, breaking his foot, hip, tearing a ligament in his leg, and shattering his skull in 9 places. He also says he almost lost an eye. Now, Wettick and Dobrik, they were like this, they were on great terms. They were part of this whole influencer group, YouTuber creator group, and they had this accident and things kind of fell apart since. They released a docu-series on the whole thing as well. They're really benefiting from this. But now Wettick says that Dobrik should take some responsibility even though they were both part about this whole thing. Let's watch more about his thoughts.
I want to get through some points because I've been protecting this guy for so long. And there's so much more to the story than just him not texting me for a week after I had such a drastic surgery where I could have been blind. It felt really good to get that off my chest. It felt good to get that out there. It felt good to hit that unfollow button. You know, I woke up from surgery and a day goes by, no text from him. Another day goes by, no text. I look at his Instagram because it's the first one that always pops up, his algorithm or whatever. And it's just him like, oh, I'm so happy with my life right now, my vlogs and everything, just promoting his vlog. And I was just like, you got time to do this, but you can't text me and be like, hey, did you go blind or not from my actions? I just want to tell the truth finally. Like I gave this mother so many chances. Even now, a week later, I still haven't heard a peep. I've been posting on Instagram because it feels good. Because you fucked me so bad mentally and physically that, yeah, this is how I cope now.
It's gotten pretty bad. Let's skip that next video, you guys, because it did show just how bad this could have been. Someone else turned this whole thing down. But I want to go to this beef that they've now developed. Let's go to graphic 4, because additionally, Wettick recalled how Dobrik allegedly offered to cover his medical bills. But Wettick claimed Dobrik didn't pay an effing bill, and he now has an infraction on his credit. So as for Dobrik, he also said publicly, publicly shared his side of the unfortunate stunt. On his own podcast, Views, in March, Dobrik said of this incident, the Jeff thing is the effing worst. That day is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Dobrik has also mentioned that the stunt was Wettick's idea. Here comes the backstabbing. I think one of the main reasons Jeff is bummed with me right now is because I broke a promise. He's like, can you promise me one thing? Can you just promise that no one ever knows that this was my idea? This is what Dobrik said about Wettick. Now, that's not up to us to figure out which one of them is telling the truth, but it's definitely an illustration of once things go sideways, nobody's really anyone's friend anymore at all. It's crazy. What are your thoughts on this, Jess?
Super sad. You know, I spend a lot of time on TikTok, so I think a lot about what it means to really be a creator. Like there are people on that app that I categorize in pretty much 2 different ways. It's pretty obvious who's who. So there are people who are entertainers who genuinely like making other people laugh, you know, going through catharsis, doing the things that entertainers like to do. And then there are people who are pretty much chasing clout. They'll do anything for views, and it's super obvious. They're posting videos of like fake fights and pranks, doing dangerous stunts. And what do you do to get to the point that you're swinging your friends around on a bulldozer? Like, do you really think in yourself, what do I want to create? Like, what would make me happy? What do I want to express? And then go out and do that? I'm sorry, but we've really commodified stupidity. All viral videos are not bad, but I think the best ones were not made for the intention of just getting views. And I think the industry is kind of dangerous at this point. And those videos are really not fun to watch. Like you can tell when someone made something that's just sensational so that it goes viral.
And the thing is, it still works. There's enough money behind these types of creators. Look, who rents a crane and puts it in the middle of a lake in Utah? Can you do that tomorrow? What would go into that process and that planning? You have to have a lot of things behind you and money backing you to do so. So there's more people involved in this than just these 2, but they're the names and they're the ones that are getting put forward on this.